Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Anthony, or Big B Statz, and welcome back to Minecraft Creative Cribs, a series where I tour worlds from the Minecraft console community. Also, let me know if you have a world yourself, and check this out. Welcome, Big B. Hey, we have fireworks, we have cookies. That's exactly what I like to see. What a warm welcoming, but whose world are we touring today? And it's time we rock the shades. Yes, we're rocking the shades. We got a pair of shades surrounded by cookies. I wonder which door he's gonna be in. There he is. Hello, Dr. Cluck 36. How are you doing today, man? Is it all right? Did you leave that warm welcoming for me at the beginning? I think you did, and I really appreciate that. So anyway, welcome back to Minecraft Creative Cribs. How are you guys doing? Hopefully your day is going great. I always like to check in to see how everyone is doing. I know school has started back too, so I do hope you all are having a great time back in school, especially if it's your first day back in school. Remember, don't stress out too much about it. Everyone has to do it. I guess that can kind of soothe it just a little bit. That I've done it, you know. I've woken up in the mornings and I had to go to school every single day, and it's good. So definitely stay in school. You do fantastic and you do a good job. So yeah, hopefully you're managing your first day great. And we have Ender chests are for all characters to share. Player 1, Spencer. So it's kind of like a game mode 2 on this part. Well, it's like kind of like almost like a multiplayer kind of server world on this, which I love a lot. I love people that build worlds that are kind of like they have an objective. So you do something in the world with friends and you actually kind of like maintain the world up in kind of an upkeep way, in some sense, if that makes sense for you. He also just threw us a map too, so we can kind of like check it out. But this is more of the modern style builds. As you can tell, we have like the awesome street, and this sprint here is driving me crazy. For some reason, I don't know why, but the sprint just keeps failing for me on this. Like I try to sprint and I just like barely move like a little bit. That's like the worst in playing like Murder Mystery or Hunger Games, or even like Battle, especially Tumble. Like just trying to get away from someone and then your sprint just like keeps failing on that. Nice little why can't I talk today? That was like a nice little cathedral over there. We also have like the nice little lights up here, so we actually added street lights. I like the fact that it's like split direction. Now, normally when people build like modern or kind of city worlds, I like the way they split up like different parts. So you have like the good neighborhoods, the bad neighborhoods, and that brings in the more realistic part to Minecraft, which I love that when people do that. But here we have like I don't know exactly what this place is. This looks like it could be, this is like kind of like a courtyard or kind of like a schoolyard, it looks like. Now I know the classes aren't yet in here, but you can see like it has different rooms and things like that. But overall, this looks amazing. I love it a lot. And we have like this one puma cat just right here, just relaxing. What is going on? It's Sunday. That's exactly what it is. Sunday is like a relaxed day. It's definitely a relaxed day. And I don't know if he's gonna build anything else out there though. That's always like the thing too, because knowing me, like I think about the map sometime. Like, am I gonna like ever build a city map to where am I gonna learn how to bake cookies? I would totally do that. Totally do that. So I was again speaking of school or so. And I think he actually named this one though. This is the 8th grade history, 8th grade science. Now, I'm gonna let you know some fun facts about Big B. So here we go. I'll let you guys know do a little bit of history on school. So history, I was not a big fan of history. Now, that is just me personally. I found history boring. Now, the older you get, of course, the more you kind of like, you want to know about it, you know, like that's the thing. I guess when you're kind of like in the moment, you don't like, I don't really want to know too much about it, or it just may seem boring. But if you really think about it, it is very interesting stuff. And being that I've been traveling a lot, that definitely like I'm more of like the visual person. Like I want to see it as well. Please read about, okay, all right, fair enough. I'm more of the visual person, so I think more like instead of reading about it, I would totally love to just be there. So History of the Nations, we also have History of the Nations 3.0 and 3.5, but overall, like I think when I first started history, it was a little bit boring, and then it also depends on who teaches it. Sometimes you have really interesting teachers, like as far as like, you know, that makes history just worth going to, which is also amazing. Like I love the fact that you have those enthusiastic teachers that also just make you enjoy school and enjoy classes, because that's how it should be as well. And you also learn too, and I think that's a great way to learn, implementing that fun aspect to also kind of like getting the point across as well. So if I was to teach you how to do something, I would do it in a fun manner to kind of make sure you remember it, of course. So there's different techniques, of course. I'm not technically a teacher, so but there's definitely techniques to teaching. But science was definitely one of my favorite courses. The teacher was really nice. Also, I was like just interested in that stuff. And let me know, what's your favorite course in class, like in your school? What's your favorite course, whether it's math, English? I think I would have to say like science was first. No, actually art was first. I really loved art, which I don't know if you guys has ever seen like any of my artwork. I think I posted a bit of it on Instagram like a long time ago, but I love drawing. I could draw like realistic people too, so I love drawing. I think well, I haven't drawn in a very long time, but that also kind of helps me out with map building. I think like, I don't think like when I build, I can kind of tell that like I have like an eye for certain things, like when building, like an artistic eye. But then I kind of realized, like, you know what? I should probably start drawing some more, or maybe laying out the build so I can maybe have like a blueprint on how I want it to look. But yeah, I'm always like the wing it kind of person. Like if I start a build, I just start building it. I don't really do much planning. And sometimes it turns out to be like the best build. So I do like that a lot. Oh, here we have like a little parking lot thing. I wonder if that thing actually changes or not. But if we set it tonight, everything is actually lit up too. So you can also see like the things like under the floor is also lit up. So you can kind of see like how the street is well lit up. Everything is like really well lit up. And that's also another thing I love about maps like this, is that the worlds are nicely lit. Like there's been some worlds, now this was a very long time ago, where like you tour and no one really thought about the night part. Now this was back probably when there wasn't a daylight cycle like Switch, so you couldn't actually cut it on set day, you couldn't cut it on set night. It was almost like people were kind of forced to make the build look good at night sometimes, but overall, again, people will definitely think of that more into consideration. We have Bloodshot's Bakery, which I believe Bloodshot's actually his friend here. So you have the bakery, we have blueberry pie, we also have, we have cookies. Oh yes, I'm just gonna take these sugar cookies right there. We have peanut butter cookies, which I love peanut butter cookies. They're probably they're not my favorite, but I do love peanut butter. I love peanut butter a lot. Nearly as much as I love cookies. Now being in Germany, like the peanut butter doesn't taste the same as in like America, which I love the good American peanut butter, like the good Jif peanut butter. It's just really good, but they don't have that peanut butter here, so sometimes I'm quite devastated, because me, like what I typically do is I literally will eat spoonfuls of peanut butter like as a snack, like throughout the day. That is totally, that's how much I love peanut butter. I can do that with Nutella, though, but that's probably not the healthiest decision here. Here it looks like we have some clothes here. Like so, you have your top dark gray bottom suits here, where that you can get, so you can kind of get an outfit and everything like that. So that's also another thing I like, the fact that they have stores and shops, so you can actually get things. Like it's very organized. I loved seeing organized worlds. Probably due to the fact that I'm not that organized when it comes to worlds, and it's good to see that, you know, I'm not the only, well, I'm probably the only one that's just not organized with my world, but again, it's good to see this. We also have the post office, which you need a post office, of course, in the big city. And also want to answer the fact to a P.O. box. Now that we're at the post office, I'll talk to you guys about a P.O. box. I would like to send 5 cookies to my family, please. We have paper and we have a notebook. So let's talk about the P.O. box, because I've been getting a lot of questions on Twitter, because a lot of you guys have also made me fan art too, which was, and I haven't talked to you guys since Insomnia 58, which is crazy. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about the event, just very briefly, and talk to you guys about the P.O. box too, because I was getting a lot of questions and requests about a P.O. box. I do plan on opening up so you guys can send me fan art and things like that, and maybe I'll do like a fan art Friday on the YouTube channel. I do that on Twitter, so remember, if you do have any fan art of me, feel free to send me a picture of it on Twitter, or either tag me in it on Instagram, and I'll try to repost that on the Fridays that it comes up. Ooh, nice buildings there. Xbox One render distance is amazing, and you can also see like the horizon like of the other buildings in the background. Super amazing. I love it. So to cover that up, yeah, again, I definitely will be getting that. And Insomnia 58, I met so many of you all. It was crazy how many of you I met, which I was super happy to meet you guys. I also did some stage stuff too. So I did like a talk show, which it was just me talking about YouTube on stage, and then we also did, I think, some Roblox on stage. It was like me, Tomahawk, Nettie, and Mini Muka. We did Roblox on stage, so we did like Murder Mystery, all these other games. I'm gonna, hopefully, I don't know if they're up now, but I'll try to bring you guys some videos on that from the actual event. But that was a lot of fun. Also, Nerds versus Noobs, which was just amazing game show I was a part in. And I love that a lot. Oh, this is a very nice building. Now, forewarning, this world does not have a lot of interior. You probably realize that now because there's a lot of buildings that we have not gone into just because it just doesn't have a lot of interior in it. But Insomnia 58 was nice. And again, I thank all you guys that I did meet. And it was kind of like I didn't get to meet everyone. I tried my best, but it was just crazy. It was awesome, and I got so much fan art from you all too. Some amazing stuff. I'm thinking about just making a video off the fan art that we got, just so I can kind of show you all. I'm definitely gonna post that on Instagram though, so maybe you'll probably see that up whenever you check it after this point in the video. But if you're still watching Creative Crips, I'm gonna insert a secret word here, which the secret word is going to be Notepad. There you go. So if you're up to this point and you're watching this video, comment Notepad down below in the comments. So there you have it. Looks like we're in this like parking garage here, this level parking garage or so, which I always find these pretty interesting. This always reminds me of like action movies. Like whenever I think of like a park. Oh, he just jumped completely off. All right, okay. Good thing we weren't in survival. Whenever I think of like parking garages, I think of like action movies, whether it's like Fast and Furious or this, you know, just an action movie that people are kind of driving around in there. And then they drive off the roof and jump over to the other building and start just building hopping in a way. That's exactly what I think about. But we got a bunch of more buildings to see. Now imagine if this world was filled with interior. Imagine if it was. I mean, the builds on this would be they're already phenomenal. Now that's like the final touches. Now I know, again, personally for me, I don't like building interior. I'm not an interior type of person. I like building more exterior stuff. I just don't like doing it. So whenever I actually like start building something, I'll try to do the interior while I'm doing it, just because I know if I finish the build, that building is massive, by the way. I know if I finish the build, I probably won't go back to it. And that's just my personal opinion. Like if I build a massive building, if I don't start the interior while I'm doing that, then chances are that I'm not going to go back and do the interior. But I want to get more into it. I definitely want to get more into doing just more interior things and stuff like that, just to kind of see how it goes. So let's go ahead and head over here now. Looks like he has a little bit of a head start, but that's totally fine. At least our sprint is not messing up. And I think that's the biggest point there. As long as our sprint's not messing up, and this looks crazy. Look how crazy this build looks. And this is like, I think, more of like his logo for the map. This is like a massive arena. This is like the biggest point. Not the biggest building, it almost looks like the biggest building in the map. Now, it's not the tallest building, but it definitely seems like the biggest building in here. And then we also have a little hospital over here too. I almost thought that was a gas station, but that's definitely a hospital. Definitely a hospital. I thought it was, but get some more buildings over there as well. And again, if the interior was done on this, it would be insane. Like, I could totally picture doing like a complete adventure on this map and just having like different tasks to complete and all that stuff. I mean, that would be crazy to see. But I know there was a few buildings with interior. Now, I don't know if he's also built the interior by now. So it could be that some of these buildings do have interior, but it looks like the hospital has a little bit of interior too. And I think there's possibly, of course, different levels, but there's not too much inside of the building. But overall, the structures and everything like that, flawless. I love it. I love it a lot. I know it would take me a while to build buildings like this. One thing I need to work on as far as like building wise is definitely building circles. Now I know these are like all buildings that go straight up and down, but I need to work on building circles. I'm not the best at building circles, so I definitely want to do that. especially like building domes and things like that, because I know me, I know, like I'll get to the point to where I'm like kind of tired of following a pattern and then I just kind of slack off. But it takes patience, it takes time. So even if you're interested in doing city builds like this, it takes time. You just have to take your time, kind of just, you know, if you want to plan it out, that's probably the best thing to do, and then just kind of go with it. You also see his logo around the map a lot too. So again, an amazing super job on this. And let's go ahead and exit this building. So remember, some buildings do have some buildings do have inventory. Some buildings do have interior. We got some tanks over here. Oh, looks like we're entering like the army level right now. We got some tanks, but this is more like a kind of like a museum kind of a thing. So you have like the older style tank, and you also have like the newer style tank as well. So I think this is like the older tank right there, and then you have like the newer ones. It's kind of like over there too. So a pretty good piece in the map. And I think building a tank is also something to kind of like learn how to do, especially if you're into like, you know, building like an army map or something like that. It's definitely something that could be done. I like, ooh, this building looks good. How it's like different colors and things like that. That definitely reminds me of like a city. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like New York or a little bit of like Germany, like Berlin to me for some odd reason. I don't know why, but it definitely reminds me of that just a tad bit. I wonder what building we're in now. I have no clue exactly what building we are in now. I just know there's a little bit back there behind the counter. I don't know why. I don't know what that is. Are we gonna go upstairs? Oh, this one has interior. So this place has interior. This looks like pool tables or so, possibly, or like little tables here, which you can actually go around. And I wonder if it goes up anymore. I don't think it goes up anymore. It doesn't. Okay, so it just stops right there. But yeah, we're closing in on the final bits of the episode. I do hope you all have enjoyed. Next week we'll be back on the same world and we'll be checking out more. So we'll be sure to be tuned in for that. But thank you all so much for watching. Remember, if you have any worlds yourself, feel free to tweet them to me. But feel free to subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.